Assalamu alaikum and good day. My name is Mohammed Abdulmanim. My matric number is 195526. I am from group 2. So in this video tutorial, I'm going to explain how we drew the landing arm. So the purpose of this landing arm, obviously to make the drone or help the drone to land successfully and not tilt to the right or left. So this arm, we have here obviously the end product. First of all, in order to reach this end product, we are going to show the steps we did here. Here we have in sketch 1, we have here a circle of 10 diameter. So the purpose of this circle is to be as a profile, because in the next steps we are going to use the rip function here as shown. So for the rip function, two things are needed in order it works. First of all is a profile, and secondly is center curve. So for this first step, we are going to give or show it the profile. I'm going to draw the profile, which is this circle of 10 diameter mm. We have here offset of 230 from the axis until the circle. Going on to the next sketch, we have here the next sketch. We have here the center curve. So as I mentioned earlier, this is the second requirement for the rip function. So we have here the curve. This curve is based on the dimensions we have for our box or the payload box. So based on that, we have these dimensions of 200 mm from this axis to the end of the curve here. And we have the vertical distance from this axis until the curve of 230 mm. Obviously, we cannot play much with these dimensions, because these dimensions gave us the best curve here shown here for the landing arm, and also the best box or payload box for dimensions for the payload box. So we have here constraints as well, shown, or coincidence, sorry, from here as shown. Therefore, now we have the two requirements for the rip function. So now we can make the rip. Shown here, as I mentioned earlier, we have here the profile and we have center curve. The profile is our circle of 10 diameter, which is sketch 1, and the center curve is this curve we made just now, which is sketch 16. Therefore, now we are going to have this pipe of 10 diameter all the way. So after this, obviously we need to make two rips. Now we have only one rip, and we need to make the second rip. So one of the easiest functions to use, the rectangular pattern. So we have here the rectangular pattern definition. So we are going to use these parameters, the instance and spacing. We here need two rips, so we are going to use instance 2. And the spacing is the distance between the two rips or the two bars. We have here 200 mm, which is chosen because of the hop and also the box, the payload box. Reference element is y explained, so that we can have this rip here, and then we can just press OK, and we are going to have two rips. Now, after having two rips, we are going to go to the next sketch, which is sketch 17. For sketch 17, the only purpose of sketch 17 is just to make sure that the rip goes all the way with the same thickness, which is 10 diameter mm. Now going on to sketch 22. For sketch 22, which is this part of the landing arm. So in order to draw this part, first of all, we need to define a plane or move the plane drawing here, as shown here. So we can see here that the plane have been moved to the center here. The offset is 100 mm. After that, this will help us to draw the drawing, the bar, the bottom bar. So after that, we'll make a circle here, as shown in sketch 22. We have a circle here of 10 diameters mm. We important to mention that the center of this circle is in coincidence with the end of this bar. So the whole purpose of this, so that it makes this circle or this bar touch the ground first. As you can see here, it goes below this bar so that it can touch the ground first and gives good impact with the ground. And then we are going to give this circle a pad of 150 mirrored extent, so 150 here, 150 there, 300 mm. Now we are going to draw these parts. So for these parts, we are going to draw this sketch. These parts, the main purpose of them is to connect this landing arm with the hub. So it's easy. So we need to make a circle here of 10 diameter mm, and we make another circle here of 10 diameter mm. And we are just going to connect them together with a thickness between every lines here of 10 mm. So that's why we have here constraints of 10 mm. We have here the distance of 45 and 55, 90-degree constraints. And we are going to end up with this sketch. So we need two of these. So we are going to put an axis here, and we're going also to use the mirror function around this axis, and we are going to have this second drawing here. After that, we are going to give it some pad of 5 mm. 5 mm is the maximum pad we can give for parts that are going to be connected with some other parts. This is because this part will be 5 mm and the other part, which is in the hub, will also be 5 mm, and together would be 10. And our design bolts are a little bit bigger than 10 mm, so we cannot make this bigger. Going on to the holes, these holes are the place for the bolts. We have here the sketching for them. This constraints of 5 mm from the axis here, and the bolt itself is 5 mm diameter as shown here. The second bolt also have the same dimensions. So thank you for listening. This was the landing arm tutorial. Have a good day.